This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Do you need some extra motivation in your life? Are you looking to be inspired? If so, then look no further than the Good God Company.
At the Good God Company, their mission is to create and clothe all loving humans with their unique, inspiring, and beautifully designed t-shirts.
All of the products from the Good God Company are equally designed to motivate you and improve your life. From their mugs, workout tanks, to eye-appealing shirts and sweatshirts.
Learn more about their renowned products by visiting thegoodgodcompany.com. That's thegoodgodcompany.com.
The Good God Company is proud to support Public House Media. The Good God Company. I'm feeling good.
This is Rachel Mullins, host of #NoFilterFriday here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my new show, #NoFilterFriday, where we talk about all of the sexual misconduct allegations swirling around Hollywood. A new show drops every Friday at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of #NoFilterFriday. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Permanently breaking any bad habit is to love something greater than that habit. That quote is by Bryant McGill. The secret to permanently breaking any bad habit is to love something greater than that habit. Let that sink in for a little bit. Bad habits are things in our lives that are causing us to have negativity. Bad habits in our lives are things that are repetitive negative behavior patterns. They can be stopped with motivation and willpower. They can also be stopped with mentally conditioning yourself to think about something else. Bad habits break customs, they break laws, they break so many more things. And many people find that habits, annoying habits, repulsive habits, something to be avoided, those are all bad habit things. A bad habit could negatively affect your health and your wellness, and a bad habit can keep someone from being their absolute best. So, how do you break them? Why do we have them? And what are some habits that we all have that are keeping us in a negative rut? Good morning. My name is Kim Meyer. Welcome to Public House Media. Welcome to Choose to Rise. I am so glad that you're here with me this morning and you have chosen to push play or live here on the Facebook page. I really appreciate your support. And if you are listening in and feel like someone else should be joining you, go ahead and invite them, take a screenshot, share this on your social media, and let other people know about Choose to Rise, about Public House Media. Bring them back to this space. Today we're going to be talking about bad habits and how we can break them and what we can do to get over them. And I just want to kind of go over a few things this morning and how, good morning, Christy, bad habits that are really showing off your low self-esteem and how we can counteract them. Okay, I've got a few habits that I just want to share with you and some solutions or some healthy things to do instead of them. So the very first quote that I said when we started this morning is that the secret to permanently breaking any bad habit is to love something greater than that habit. And so for me, and a lot of people that I work with on a daily basis, breaking the bad habits are really in turn loving yourself more than the habits that you're having. So like a bad habit that I have is walking into the kitchen and feeling like I have to eat something. If I really wanted to break that habit, I would need to figure out why I'm doing that and then also love something different. So I want to love how I feel more than I want to eat that cookie. I want to love how I feel more than, or I want to look good in the swimsuit or my jeans or whatever more than I want that bag of chips. Like thinking about how you need to love something more than the bad habit itself. So today we're going to talk about at least 5 or 6 habits or so, and talk about what the one habit is that's lowering your self-esteem and how you can raise your self-esteem by doing something else. All right, so number one, saying yes to everything is a bad habit that lowers our self-esteem. And why does that do that? Saying yes to everything spreads us so thin. It makes everybody else a priority except ourselves. When we say yes to baking cookies for the bake sale, saying yes to the ladies at the church, saying yes to watching somebody else's kids, saying yes to volunteering in the classroom, saying yes to everything else except yourself, or saying yes to so many things that you don't have time to do the things that you're required to do for you are, spreading yourself too thin, and it shows lack of self-esteem because you are trying to find your value and your worth in other people's thoughts and deeds about you instead of yourself. And so one thing that you can do to stop saying yes to everything is put a limit on things. Really make a priority list of your world and what it is that you need to do to accomplish your own self-care and your own goals and your own things. And then whatever's time left, then you can add a couple things. Maybe you do help the ladies at the church. Maybe you do volunteer in a classroom once a week. Maybe you do help with a bake sale or whatever, or maybe you do a kid swap sometime so that you can get your stuff done and the other mom can get things done as well. But saying yes to everything only spreads you out too thin and shows that you are not taking care of you, only worried about taking care of other people. The second bad habit that shows lack of self-esteem is negative self-talk or self-criticism. How many times have you said in your head or out loud, even worse, that, why did I do that? That was so dumb. Or, gosh, I feel so ugly. Or, this is so, why did I do that? It was awful. Negative self-talk and negative self-criticism, and worse yet, is when you joke about yourself to other people. Now, this shows lack of self-esteem because you're really trying to make the funny before they make the funny, because it feels less hurtful if you do it, even though it's way more damaging if you're making fun of yourself than if somebody else is making fun of you. But psychologically, it's Friday morning. Psychologically, it's way more damaging for us to be hurtful to ourselves than for others, because we can distance ourselves from somebody else. We can move away from the person that's being negative and the other way, but we can't get away from ourselves. So the number one person that you need to have the best relationship with in your life is yourself. You're the only one that you're going to have the closest relationship with, the longest relationship of your entire life. And so if you are talking positively to yourself, if you are working in a good way of speaking life and speaking love and doing good things in your day, you are going to be able to cultivate that positivity in your heart and your mind. Good morning, Maddie. And you are going to be able to foster that with other people as well. So if you can get rid of the negative self-talk, get rid of the self-criticism, and replace it with positive things because you love yourself more than you love that bad habit, then you're going to be able to increase your self-esteem and move forward in a better way. Number 3, back down when opinions are challenged by others. This shows lack of self-esteem and lack of belief of what you stand for and what you're doing. When you back down because somebody else challenges you, it makes it a lot harder for you to show up for yourself. When you let other people's priorities or other people's opinions overshadow what you stand for, it shows that you're not confident in who you are. You're not confident in what you stand for and what you believe in, and it makes it a lot easier for people to overrun you. So what you can do to combat that is to stand up for yourself. Believe that you are worthy, believe that you are capable, and then when someone shares an opinion or something else, you can respectfully disagree, or you can just know that your situation is different than theirs, and you are completely entitled to your own opinions, and you should show up as you and be confidently you. Number 4, being indecisive with simple decisions. Needing somebody else to make decisions for you is a direct sign of lack of self-esteem. And when even the simple things like where you go for dinner, or where you, just little things like what are you going to wear to school that day? I see so many times working in a school system how girls especially, boys definitely too, but girls especially will all come dressed the same. It's like they call each other, and I'm pretty sure they do some sort of messaging of we're wearing jeans and a blue shirt today. And so they all flock together. So making And it's really just that wanting to feel included, the lack of self-esteem and who they are as an individual. And I know they'll grow and they'll be encouraged, and hopefully they have a good role model in their life that shows them that they can be strong and confident and beautiful in their own skin. They don't have to blend into the crowd to be amazing. But it just shows that lack of self-esteem, and that they think they have to be a part of the group in order to be loved. And so here's my challenge to you today, is to make a positive decision for yourself. Be confident in the decisions that you make, love who you are, and be proud of who God's made you to be. Those things, if you can stand tall, you'll feel more confident, you'll feel more accomplished, you'll feel more self-worthy, and you'll know that you are loved regardless. So the last one I want to talk to you today about is fearing failure. Fearing failure is something that I struggle with, and I know lots of people struggle with, and not so much like directly, but indirectly. We think of these things a lot. And so fearing failure is usually what causes people to stop in their tracks. Fearing failure is definitely the number one thing that keeps us from doing great things in our life. And it may look like a lot of different things. It may be inaction. It may be procrastination. It may be things that, diverting attention to something else. That's really at the root of all of those things is fear of failure, because we don't want to look bad. We don't want other people to look down on us. We don't want other people to criticize us. We don't want other people to think that we are not put together, when really by doing all of those things, we're really showing off that we're not there anyway. So if we would just stand up for what we believe in, don't back down from your opinions, be positive self-talk, make decisions on your own, and love who you are, and stop saying yes to everything and really focus in on what you want to do. When you can turn those simple habits around and really go back to what it is that you love, go back to loving something greater than the bad habit that you have, you're going to be able to find positive habits and good habits in your life. So again, the secret to permanently breaking any bad habit is to love something greater than that habit. So if you are constantly telling other people to make choices for you, why is that? What bad habit do you have, and who do you need to love more in order to make that decision happen? If you are constantly checking in with other people or letting other people's opinions crowd your decisions and judgment, who is it that you need to love more? What is it that you need to do differently in your life? Analyze those things and think about what it is that you need to quit, or you need to really think about in order to have a positive choice in your life and to bring more positivity and grow your own self-esteem. Again, you're the only person that you are going to be with for the rest of your life. You'll have friends come and go. You'll have family come and go. You'll have spouses come and go in your life. We never know when the next day, how long we'll be able to be on this earth. We all know that we'll get to see each other again when we get to heaven. But if you are in this space right here, right now, the one person that you are going to spend every waking second with is yourself. And so if you are loving yourself and you are confident in who you are and you believe that you're worth it, and you live for the future and you create your own reality, those are the things that are going to pull you through and build your self-confidence, build your self-esteem, and get rid of those bad habits. The 5 things that you really need to kind of quit right now, I've gone through those things in the past, but trying to please everyone by saying yes isn't going to work. Fearing change, fearing failure is never going to get you anywhere. Living in the past and what's happened in the past, look for the future. Create your own future. It all happens right here between the 6 inches between your ears. If you can focus on what's good it could happen instead of what's bad could happen, you can be positive in any sort of way and build the future that you want to have by thinking about the good that could happen. Stop putting yourself down, being focused on the good things in your life and the good things of who you are. Self-criticism is putting yourself in a box and putting yourself away. You want to live in a positive way and thinking good things about yourself, because if you don't think good things about yourself, no one else is going to think good things about you. And the 5th one is overthinking. We oftentimes overthink things that are really not as important, and we let them take over in our decision making. So all of those things this morning are going to help you move in a more positive light, breaking the bad habits that are holding you back in your low self-esteem, and to move forward in a way in a positive, uplifting, self-confident way in the week. So hopefully something I said this morning makes sense to you. It's a Friday morning. It's been a long week, but I hope that something here has struck a chord with you, that you know and believe that you're beautiful, you're confident, you're powerful, you're amazing. You are capable of doing so many things. When you believe those things about yourself, when you step forward in a way that is positive and you are confident in who you are, you will be able to knock down any bad habit that comes your way, knock down any disagreement of negativity or things that come your way, because there will be storms. There will be things that come along that make you question. But if you can stand in your confidence and your faith of who you are, anything is possible. So thanks so much for joining us this morning. Thank you so much for pushing play, for joining in. Thank you, Terica. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Christy, for jumping on live with me. I really appreciate your support, and I would really love if you would take a screenshot of this podcast and share it on your social media. If you're here on the live video, hitting share, sending it to your page, and letting more people know about Choose to Rise. And also head over to the Good God Company, who is one of our sponsors. They create amazing consumer goods that are positive and motivational and inspirational, and you can show off your faith a little bit, and you can show off your confidence by just sporting something motivational and positive. You never know where people are going to find a smile on their face because of something you've said, something you've done, something you're wearing, something that is in your life. So I know when I'm out on the street, or I'm at a store, or I'm like at school maybe, and I see something positive on a kid's shirt, and I'm like, that's awesome. Or I'm, walking through and I see a sign that is something positive, inspirational. I love it. Like you see in my office here, for those of you on the video, you can see that I've got positive things around me all the time, because when you can see the positivity, believe the positivity, you become more of a positive person. So, okay, all kinds of tangents this morning, but I really appreciate you being here and listening in. And next week we'll be back on Monday, and we'll be talking about 8 self-confidence boosters. Yeah, so this week we talked about bad habits that show lack of self-esteem. Next week we're going to be talking about habits that you can boost your self-confidence and live life in a better way. All right, guys, thanks. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all again Monday. Bye.